it's great that you can get in, you can drive, and you can go online and race. And I think a lot of people are finding this addictive and very fun. So it's just my small involvement. Like I said, these guys have got some pretty good people on board already that roughly know what they're looking for. So it's been great to be a part of.
Thanks, Justin. Terry, we got you behind the wheel of the car for the first time today. You did a couple laps around a couple of different places.
And I am keeping my day job, believe me.
I'm glad you said it, not me. But Terry, if you would share your thoughts on the relationship.
We really are. We are just very excited with this association. We constantly look for new and better ways to engage fans. And I think we feel really good about when we have the opportunity to put fans in two-seaters and single-seaters, and often talk about the closer we can get people to our product, when it's not a sport that you go out in your backyard and kind of kick around or do something like that. And this is absolutely fantastic. I mean, I just had no appreciation for the level of realism and accuracy and sensation you get from something like this product. It's absolutely amazing. So a great way to engage our fans. We're really excited to have the Indianapolis Motor Speedway's involvement and have that product come on. That's the one that I did a little better at. And just a great way to also involve our sponsors. When you see Firestone tires on the cars, you see Honda engine indications on the cars, that's a really good way to reach out and involve our sponsors as well. And again, when you hear the comments and an endorsement from someone like Justin, I can say that, but someone that really knows what they're doing means a whole lot more. So it really is an amazing tool for our drivers as well. So again, to have them involved, iRacing also sponsors our race control product if you've been online. So that's another way that we can expose our association with them and just encourage everybody to go out and try it. It really is a fantastic new opportunity for us, and looking very forward to the future together.
Thanks, Terry. As I mentioned, Terry got some time behind the wheel today, and the one thing that really amazed us was the technology behind it and everything you can do with the car and the chassis. So, Andrea, if you would talk a little bit about the technical support and involvement of Dallara.
Hello, I'm Andrea. I've been involved with the IndyCar since 12 years. Two things. This is not video game. Forget. This is professional stuff. And this is why Dallara is involved. This has been the first time ever we've been involved with the simulation. And we have done so because they're serious. They get from us the real data, aero data, suspension, CAD models, everything. Everything that the teams get, they get. And actually, they are pushing us more than the teams. They are very picky and detailed. They want every small details to build up simulation. So I think they're good people. So I'm very happy and very proud to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you. We can open it up now for questions for anybody in the room. Questions in the back? If you can wait for the microphone, please.
Two questions. What role, if any, did Honda and Firestone play? Because I know tire modeling is massive in creating reality. And second, as the simulation becomes more real, is the IRL going to look at some sort of testing limitations?
We actually are very early in the process of building the car, and we've been talking with Honda and Firestone about obtaining some data, and they're eager to help us with that. I mean, that's typically what we do as we're building a car. We try and get as much data as we can. It's one of the things that makes it very difficult. As Andrea was saying, we're very picky because we actually are looking for more data than probably any team is looking for. But we're looking forward to working with them. We're always trying to make it just as realistic as possible. There are a lot of great things in the IndyCar series. I love the red and the black sets of tires, so that people can experiment with different compounds and see what other people are doing. I mean, it makes it more exciting. As far as a ban on testing,
There was a reason we didn't bring Brian Barnhart in here today.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a good question. I don't think you could actually ban testing, but it's one thing. I managed to do a couple of laps around Indy yesterday, and it's so realistic. It's pretty cool to drive, and it gives you the same sensation as when you drive it in real life. So it allows us to go and do testing there, and you can try different things. You can turn in late, you can turn in early, and play about with it, so that when you do turn up at a racetrack that you have limited testing at, you feel a lot more comfortable that you know what you're doing, and allows you to get up to speed quicker, but also safer.
Bruce, you have a question?
I know that you got to use your real name when you sign up for this thing. Have you raced against any familiar names? Have you seen some familiar drivers? I know that Dale Earnhardt Jr. has a tendency to get on there about 2 in the morning sometimes. Have you been challenged yet by anybody from any other series?
I've been on with a few friends of mine, and I have come across Dale Earnhardt Jr. a couple of times. He's very quick on the road circuits, and I didn't want to embarrass myself and go on there without practicing more on the oval. So, in the early stages, I would stick to what I knew, because you do have to put time in it. You can't just jump on and expect to be quick in the first 5 laps. We haven't learned how to simulate fear yet. So, there's nothing quite keeping you on the safe side, apart from iRacing's got this very clever point system. If you drop wheels off, and so it's you don't want to go on without practicing, without being prepared, and make mistakes, and it's going to cost you in your race license, and then it limits who you get to race against. So, but that's part of the fun is working on your license, making sure you can drive safely and fast, as opposed to just going flat out. And if it sticks, great. If you're in the wall, oh well, you just press reset. They want to get some kind of realism in there, and it's fun. You race against guys, and I think I'm more nervous on the online racing than I am real life. You get so tense before the start of the race. As you said, I'm on there in my own name, so I don't want to go out and just run into the back of a guy at the start and look like an idiot. So there's a lot of pressure.
Just to follow up on that, how important are simulators in learning some of the street circuits and the road courses before you get there?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, it's really important, and it's not just the track layout; it's the background scenery. A corner can look very different if you have an open field behind that corner, or if you have a concrete wall, and that really affects the way you drive the corner and the way you see it for the first few times. So, this gives you all that and more. It's a great tool, and I think back to Watkins Glen. I drive that on the simulator, and there was a couple of techniques there's one technique in particular I learned through the bus stop. And no matter what car you drive, as you go into that bus stop chicane, turn 4, the back of the car feels light and it moves around, and it takes you a long time to get on with the corner. And I tried a few things in iRacing and went there and did a test, and it worked just the same in real life as it did in the simulator. And car was pretty quick through there. So it definitely cuts down on track time that you need and helps you get a head start.
All right, gentlemen, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much.